Hey guys, what's up? It's Josh. So as you can see by the title, I wanted to talk about 5 different stages that you go through when you have a crush. Now I think that if you've had a crush before, you're really gonna be able to relate to this. And if you haven't been in a crush before, maybe there are some of these signs that you're going through right now that will actually be able to prove to you that you have a crush on this guy that you like. So I hope that a bunch of you guys can relate to this video, and I hope that this is able to just be something that you guys have actually experienced before and something maybe you're going through right now. So if you do like today's video, make sure that you give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below, and tell me some kind of story of a relationship thing that you went through that maybe you thought would be interesting to share with us. Or if you have a question, leave that down below. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and here are the 5 different stages you go through when you have a crush. First stage that you're gonna go through, and sometimes you don't even realize that you're actually doing this, but it's the observation stage. So let's say you're in a class, or you're at work, or you're on the bus, and all of a sudden you see this guy, and you start to realize that you think that he's like really cute. And this is the part where you start to observe that other person. So you start to realize like how tall they are, or what their voice sounds like. All of these different things that you can actually like see while you're looking at them. So after you've like looked at this person and just observed every piece of them that you could, you start to come to a conclusion in your head that like, I think that I might like that person based on everything that you see right there. Now this next part, I don't know if you can do like 100% accurately because it would be kind of impossible. The next thing you start to do is you start to do those like little tiny things, like you start to put their name next to your name next to their last name, or you start to look at their personality but like really in depth. Are they really quiet? Are they really outgoing? Are they laughing all the time? You finally get to the answer where you think like, okay, after everything I've done, I think that I really like this person. So now that leads us into stage number 2, which is denial. Sometimes when you actually start liking a person and you start to like put yourselves together in like different situations, sometimes you get to the point where like you're doing all of this, but then you start to realize like, why am I doing this? Like that person doesn't even know that I exist. That person doesn't even know that I'm looking at them. This person doesn't even know that I like them. One thing you start to think is, this is a big waste of time. Why am I wasting my time and my emotions on this person when you don't think it's gonna go anywhere, but you still do it anyways? And I think that there are like huge coincidences where like, let's say you go to sleep and you have a dream about this person, or you're like in a Starbucks and the barista yells out a name and it's that guy's name, and you start thinking about them, but you continue to deny that you like that person, even though you keep denying it, and all these coincidences are happening. You soon get to the point where you actually realize that you do like that person, which leads into the 3rd stage. Third stage is like the fun stage, the stage where like you're actually accepting that you like this person, and then you start to get obsessed with them. You start listening on like conversations they're having, or trying to figure out what kind of things they like, or what hobbies they like, or what they're spending their time doing on the weekends. Also at this point, everything that happens around you reminds you of that person. You start to think about like, would he like that? Would he like this? You start to think of random things that just happen out of nowhere, and everything that happens around you reminds you of that person. Getting obsessed with them because everything makes you think about them. And I think sometimes you actually get to the point where you're like, I need to actually stop creeping this person on like Instagram or Twitter or whatever it is, because you start to think that you're getting onto like another creeper level that you don't want to be on. And if all of this is happening in school and you're realizing that you're liking this person, you never let somebody else grab the seat that's like next to them, because you always want to be sitting next to them anytime you can get the chance. So that's the 3rd thing, just like accepting that you like that person and then being obsessed with them. The only next thing that you can really do is start telling your friends about it and your family about it, telling them how amazing this person is that you like. This is also the part where people who get really obsessed with a crush start to go like overboard with it, and every time you hang out with them, you can't get a word in, and you just want to like talk about something else, but that other person is just so obsessed that they can't stop talking about them. One thing that I think is a really big advantage at this point is if you're actually kind of friends with that guy that you really like, and then you go and hang out with like your girlfriends or whoever it is, and you start talking about it and like announcing that you actually like him. If you're hanging out with both of those people and you're able to actually talk about the things that happen when you're with that guy, then you're actually able to talk to other girls or other friends and just come up with like conclusions as to whether or not what they're doing is actually something to show you that they like you as well. So I think that like the announcement stage is one of those things that people either do really well or they just get really annoying with it because they're just so happy about it. But announcing it is definitely really fun, and definitely the 4th thing that you do when you're going through having a crush on somebody. So yeah, that's the 4th stage, announcing it to maybe people that you don't even know. finally, we're on the 5th stage. The 5th stage is the acceptance stage. Now, all the other points, you didn't have to actually talk to them, you didn't have to know them, you didn't have to do anything. On the 5th stage, that's when you tell them that you like them, and that's when they either accept it or they don't really have the same feeling. But at this point, this is where it gets real and you actually start to like talk to them and actually start to hear if that person has the same feelings for you. Now, if they don't have the same feelings for you, it doesn't mean that you're a bad person or you're horrible or you're all of these different things that might go through your head. You just need to realize that maybe they're not in the right stage of their life, or maybe they're going through something and they can't be in a relationship through whatever happens, good or bad. You need to just be yourself and continue to do the things that you love doing, even if it's gonna take that person a little bit longer to get to that point where they want to be in a relationship with you, they want to do all these things. But at the same time, if they do really like you and they are into it, that's one of the best feelings ever, and just one of those feelings where you just want to like hang out with them all the time and get to know them more, and everything that you were hoping that would happen, like if that happens, it's just like the greatest thing ever. And so there's kind of two sides to that one. That's definitely the 5th stage though, is just like telling them how you feel and hearing what their response is, whether it's good or bad. Just always remember that like you're an awesome person, have confidence in yourself, be motivated to do the things that you love doing, and there will always be somebody out there for you. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I wanted to do something a little bit different and just talk to you guys about some of the actual stages that you go through when you like somebody. And I think that a lot of you guys out there, if you have had a crush on somebody, you will be able to relate to this. So if there are any like interesting stories that you guys have about this, or if you have any questions and want us to answer them, make sure that you leave those down below. I always love reading them, and I think that all of us just together are so helpful when we're doing it as a whole team down there. And those are the 5 stages of going through a crush. But with all that being said, I love you guys so much. If you want to be part of more adventures, go subscribe to my vlog channel. And as always, I will see you guys next Saturday in next week's video. Bye!
What?